Hey, what's up guys? My name is Jason Schmaltz and I'm an AMJ rock guide apprentice. And today I wanted to take a little aside from my typical rock climbing tutorials and just thank everybody for helping me have the success I've had both on YouTube and on Instagram in sharing my joy for climbing through education. It wasn't but a few weeks ago that we passed 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, which was one of my big goals that I had when I first started doing YouTube. And actually we're on our way to 13,000 now on YouTube and then also 30,000 on Instagram. So that's awesome. I want to share with my audience a few things I've learned along the way, both in social media content, but then also in climbing as a profession. And hopefully some of that information will be useful to you as you pursue your journey, whether it's in climbing, social media, or just career in general, because I think a lot of these lessons can apply to basically any career. Over the years, through making social media content and through guiding, I've been able to kind of find my voice as a climber and as a climbing instructor. And I think that's probably one of the hardest things to do early on, again, whether it's in any career, but specifically in social media, figuring out, hey, what's my message? How do I want to deliver it? What's going to be my style? And who's my target audience? For me, it took me a while to figure that out. I made all kinds of different kinds of goofy videos early on, trying different silent hiking films, trying motivational films, but ultimately found my niche through education. At the end of the day, my goal has always been empowerment to my audience, to enable them to be able to go outside with friends and family and have their version of self-actualization, whatever that was, through outdoor challenges and experience that together, have those moments. So whether or not you're considering a career in social media or just career in general, I encourage you to first of all, find your motivation, why you want to do that. And then secondly, what's your unique voice, your unique take, your unique way of presenting, and really lean into that. Another key to success that I found both in climbing and in social media is networking and collaboration. You really can't do this journey on your own. It's really hard to do anything in this world on your own nowadays. So the more you can network, find people that can help you and that you can reciprocate to them, the better. There's a couple people that really helped me. My business partner, Clinton Tiggs, who helped me start Atlanta Rock Climbing Company. He's been intricate over the years of helping me expand my horizons in climbing and hiking and outdoors. And he's a great partner and enables me to do some of the creative things I want to do for the business, and he really helps on the operations side a lot. A second key collaborative partner I found is the local IFMGA mountain guide to this region, Carson DeLapp. He's really invested in me as a climber, as a climbing mentor, but then he's also come alongside me for a lot of the productions that I've done, and it's been really cool to learn more about him, his journey, been able to observe that, apply some of those things that I learned to my life, and also I've been able to gain access to his network, specifically some of the guides that work for his company, Pisgah Climbing School. And if you don't book with Atlanta Rock Climbing Company, I encourage you, if you're in the region, to check out Pisgah Climbing School. They're also a great service and great guides who have kind of taken me in as one of their own, allowed me to learn alongside them. And that's so key in this industry. I don't know any industry it's not key to learn. And the guides at that company have really offered me a second home to continue to expand my skill set. Probably the biggest growth curve for me to overcome was figuring out the technology around social media production. I had a little bit of background in photography, but basically no experience in audio video. I didn't know how to frame things, I didn't know how to edit things, I didn't know how to set up shots, to set up sequences. And it was through basically massive trial and error that I was able to get the production quality that I have now. And actually, I've still left some of my old videos up from when I very first started, and it's interesting to go back and see the quality of the content back then versus now and how much has changed. Of course, part of that's come with the right equipment. I've definitely gotten an upgrade on my camera equipment. Secondly, and probably more importantly, is more of a focus on audio. I've gone through a plethora of different microphones. I'm currently using the Rode Go microphone, which has offered me a lot of flexibility in shots, and I'll probably continue to use that for the foreseeable future. And then I've gone through a lot of different kinds of cameras. I'm currently using the Sony Alpha 6500 and the Tamron 17 to 70 millimeter f2.8 lens. I found a lot of success with that setup. Most of the shots are nice and crisp, and the camera is still small enough where I can take it on climbing trips. Although it was hard, I will say this, it was worth it to get into social media to learn the different aspects of technical production. And if you're planning to get into that, I encourage you to kind of just lean in and learn by doing, and always have the mindset of every single production that you do, you want to improve one little thing. Never be complacent in your production quality. Always look for ways to improve it, even if it's just marginal. One of the biggest lessons I've learned through my social media journey is to not chase perfection. There's no shortage of mistakes in my videos, both from technical climbing mistakes to technical audio-visual mistakes and everything in between. Usually when I make a mistake, I got about 10,000 comments that make sure that I know about it, which of course I will be sensitive to if I think the mistake can really endanger somebody. There's been times that I've deleted videos where I've had screw-ups, where I've been concerned that the audience themselves would be at risk by seeing the content. Don't be too proud to delete, redo, re-edit, or just scrap something if it's not working out. There's definitely going to be some inefficiencies along the way if you're pursuing social media as a career or even as a side hustle, and you just have to accept that. At the same time, don't chase perfection. If you spend too much time trying to get the perfect shot, you'll never produce anything. So don't be afraid to learn by doing. Don't be afraid to look back and say, oh man, you know, I really screwed up the angle of that shot, or the lighting doesn't look right. I'm shooting this video right after a thunderstorm and the lighting's not perfect and there's rain and stuff hitting the leaves, and I'm just ignoring it so I can get this content completed in order to meet my production schedule. At the end of the day, trust your gut on whether you should publish something. If your gut's saying don't publish something, or if you publish something and it just doesn't feel right, go ahead and scrap it and give it another go the next time. But at the same time, always think about moving forward and getting more content out that expresses who you are as a creator. I did want to share that I've had many challenges over the course of my social media and climbing career. I think a lot of people are trying to wait for the perfect time to start something or to continue something, or if they're doing something along the way and something challenging happens, they'll can everything because they want to get back to a safe spot. But over the years, I've had many challenges, including 2 of my daughters developing type 1 diabetes, which both happened after I left my corporate job and went into climbing industry. This has been a huge challenge for my family, as the medical treatments and the medicine are very expensive if you don't have traditional insurance, roughly $1,000 to $1,500 per person. Of course, I have 2 daughters that have it, and it's not like it's optional. They have to take the medicine or else they die. So one thing that I have done recently is I have had to go back to a traditional W-2 job just simply to get the health care. I live in America, and in this country, if you don't have a corporate healthcare plan or some kind of healthcare plan, something like type 1 diabetes can be a financial burden that just cannot be overcome. So I wanted to share that with you, that I do a W-2 job along with all the work that you see me do on social media and with guiding. And in order to do that and serve my family, I've really had to be very efficient with my time and really cut out anything in my schedule that isn't geared towards my personal and family goals. I do want to share that story with you because even if you have multiple financial pressures or family pressures, that you can do something like social media or start a business or pursue a passion. There is no time like the present. We're not getting any younger. You can do it, and I want part of my story to be a motivator to you. I'm nothing special. I just made up my mind that I was going to make time for the things that I cared about the most, and everything else was going to just kind of fall by the wayside. And you can do it too. Probably the most rewarding thing I get from my work in social media is people that send me messages or leave comments saying that my content or my message or a technique I shared or whatever has made a difference in their life. It's made their climbing better, it's made them be more motivated to pursue their passion or something of that nature. So I want to lean into that kind of avenue of activities and start producing content that's more engaging, where I can share some of the goals that I'm training for or working towards, and hopefully motivate you to maybe pick out that goal that you've always wanted to pursue as well. And then hopefully foster a community where people are sharing tips and tricks and victories and even overcoming defeats in order to help everybody in the community kind of grow together. Like I said at the beginning, facilitating self-actualization, helping people achieve their dreams is why I got into this business. It's why I produce the content that I do now, to empower people. And I think this vision of the next step of my social media journey will help that vision flourish even more. So hey, if you've been with me for a long time, since the channel's inception, I really appreciate you being patient with me. I know it's been a journey watching me kind of get my act together. If you just started following me or checking out my videos, I encourage you to continue and subscribe if you haven't. Again, like I said, my passion for the community, at least I'm trying to surround myself with, is to help others achieve their dreams, and hopefully my content continues to do that. And I'll see you out on the crag.